Hey, it's Bevan James Eyles here with the latest episode of Fitness Thoughts. Today I want to share with you a concept, the idea of my reward is the thing that makes me fail. And I want to share a story with you that a lady I was talking to a while ago shared with me. She was a lady who was overweight and she wanted to lose some weight. And I kind of asked her, well, what are some of the reasons you feel you're overweight? And she talked about how the way she rewards herself often worked against her achieving her weight goals. And she shared this really great example with me where she'd had this amazing day at work. She had a couple of projects that were pretty massive and very important to nail. And she managed to nail those projects. And as she left work that day, she felt really good about herself. She was not in a dissatisfying place at all. She was in a place where her esteem was good, her confidence was good, and she was just feeling good about herself. As she was driving home from work that day, she decided to herself she wanted to reward herself for such a good effort. So in her mind, she started to think, well, I can have a couple chocolate biscuits as my reward. Well, when she got home, she started eating those chocolate biscuits, and next thing you know, she had eaten the whole packet of chocolate biscuits. Suddenly, the thing that she was going to reward herself on for that great day took her to a place of dissatisfaction in herself. A day that had been rewarding, had made her feel good about herself and built her esteem, suddenly had led to a place where I was dissatisfied in myself because of the way I rewarded myself. Ultimately, the problem with this as well is that it kept her on a path of working against what she was hoping to achieve, which was weight loss. So having a whole packet of biscuits obviously doesn't sit in the formula of trying to lose weight. Now, this is a really revealing moment from this lady, and it kind of really reinforces this idea of the way I reward myself, is it working against what I'm trying to achieve in my life? And it's something that I'm sure quite a few people watching this today can identify with. And it's something we see a lot with diets, that people who are on diets will often change their behaviours to achieve a weight loss that they hope to achieve. And in doing this, they're really successful for a period of time. But after a while, they want to reward themselves for their success. The unfortunate thing for a lot of these people is the way they reward themselves is to eat the food they feel they missed out on, and often eat it to excessive levels. Now, the problem with this is it often leads to this sense of dissatisfaction in myself. So it's an emotional hit to the work that I've done. Also, another problem is it takes me off the path towards what I'm trying to grow towards. So if you're watching this today and you can really identify with what I'm talking about here, this whole idea of how the way I reward myself actually works against me, maybe the first thing that you can do is start to identify how I reward myself. When you have that good day at work, when you've done some good exercise, like this is a really classic example, someone does great exercise and they reward themselves with food. So you can kind of start to see how I'm working against myself and helping me achieve my goal. Now, if you can understand that my strategies for reward actually can lead to dissatisfaction and keep me on a path I don't like, then we've got to find better ways to reward ourselves. It's really important. So what are some better ways to reward yourself? Well, there are plenty of options. The first thing I think that sometimes we just allow ourselves to enjoy the work that we've done. Like if we think back to this lady's example of she had a great day's work, and as she's driving home, she's feeling really good about herself. Well, that can be the reward. The satisfaction that I know I've delivered to a level that I'm happy with. Do I need to add more to that is sometimes a question you can ask. And how, if anything, do I enhance the fact that I just feel good about myself? A second thing to really think about is what is the best way to reward myself based on my needs right now? So in this lady's example, she had a big day at work. She was probably pretty tired, but relieved, but kind of feeling really good about herself. And right now, she probably just needs to relax a little bit. So instead of having a chocolate biscuit as a reward, she could go, what's my ultimate reward for me to relax? It might be that she puts a hot bath on and puts some bathing salts in or some nice smelly salts in the bath, puts on some cool music. It might be that she goes for a walk with her partner. But she's finding different ways to achieve the goal that she needs to feel right now, which is just to relax. Maybe you could be something that you save towards a treat, that if I stick at something for long enough, I buy myself a new running top that actually encourages me to do more of the thing that I want to do. It's these types of rewards that we want to install in our day. And when we feel successful, we want to install rewards that actually make us feel better about ourselves and help us move more and more down that path of the success we're on. So if you're watching this right now, and deep down, as I asked before, if you know that you are working against yourself, what are better ways that you can reward yourself? What are healthy ways you can reward yourself? if you were to implement them, do you think it would make it easier for you to stay on the path you are on? And if you stayed on that path, it would be a more rewarding path, wouldn't it? So it's kind of in this rewarding loop. Ultimately, we want the way to reward ourselves to help us move forward in life. So think about it. How are you rewarding yourself? What can you do to improve it so your rewards are even more fulfilling in the right way? And how do you move away from things that maybe don't keep you on the path you want to go on? Right, team, this is the latest episode of Fitness Thoughts. If you enjoy this and you enjoy any of my work, you can go to my website, bevanjameseyles.com. It's all on there. Every 2 weeks I put out this, and if you want to go check out some of the old episodes, you can go to YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe by clicking on some button somewhere. On Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can share it, feel free to share it. If you want to become a patron of my work, just go to www.bevanjameseyles. You'll see there's a little patronage link there, and that's where you can support me in doing the work that I'm doing. I do a fitness podcast as well every couple of weeks, and it's called Fitness Behaviour. No, it's actually called the Bevan James Eyles Show. I've recently changed that. You can check that out on iTunes or anywhere where you get your podcasts. If you have any questions, if you want to fire a question my way, bevanjames@gmail.com. Other than that, guys, I think I've kind of said enough. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks with the next episode of Fitness Thoughts. Rock on.